Hello, in this video we're going to cover adding a LoRaWAN end device to the T2U IoT platform. There are loads of LoRaWAN end devices readily available on the market. We list a fraction of them on our devices page on our website. Today we're going to be focusing on the Dragino LSE01 soil moisture and EC sensor. It's a pretty good sensor. It uses FDR to measure soil moisture. It's at a really good price point, long battery life, and they're quite popular. It makes for a good example for adding a device to T2U, but adding any device to T2U will follow pretty much exactly the same steps. To start off, you're going to want to head back over to Telemetry2U and log in. Now go straight to the admin section, node maintenance, and add a new node. The first thing you're going to need to do is give the node a name. In this case, we're just going to use the type of device as the name. This will be used to identify it on all pages, including the charts and reports. Now, you'll need to select the frequency plan that your device has been programmed to use. In our case, we're using it on the AU915 plan. The LSE01's a Class A device, so we don't need to change anything there. If it was a Class C device, we'd just select so from the list. The device EUI and application key can usually be found on the device packaging. If not, you will need to connect to the device and pull it out of its configuration menu. We will cover how to do that on the LSE01 at the end of this video, but in this case I had the keys on hand, and you might notice they're incredibly simple keys because I programmed them as such. Since we're adding a LoRaWAN end device, we need to select Telemetry2U as the network provider. There are a few other options here if you were trying to integrate to Helium or the Things network, but we're not doing that here today. The last thing that you're going to need to do is select the device type for the configuration. This is unique for each device, and it handles the payload decoder and the downlink commands. If you don't select that correctly, your data will be scrambled and nothing will make sense. Once you've done that, just scroll to the bottom of the page and hit the Create button. You'll be taken straight back to the index page where you'll be able to see the device. You can always come back and edit it here if you need to. But now that you've added the device, you should be able to navigate to the reports page, and you should actually see some data for the sensor. We haven't got the sensor in soil at the moment because we've been setting it up here on the bench, but we'll put it in at a later time. But that's an easy way to confirm that your device is actually connected and working as it should. Now, like I mentioned earlier, adding any device, you can pretty much just follow the same process. The only thing that could go wrong is if you've misplaced the device EUI or the application key. If that's the case, you might need to connect to the device and extract those from the configuration menu, and I'll show you how to do that on this Dragino LSE01. Every device is different and you connect to it in a different way, but in the case of the LSE01, you just need a USB to serial converter that we sell on our online store. They're pretty cheap and you can get them from a load of places. And you make the connections as per the two diagrams. They've got a couple of different hardware revisions, so you should easily be able to identify which one you've got and make those connections. And once you've done that, just go and open up a terminal program. We like to use RealTerm. Make sure you use the appropriate settings for your device. You might have to refer to the user's documentation. In our case, we need a baud rate of 9600, no parity, 8 data bits and 1 stop bit. Once you've got that all set up as per the documentation, you should be able to send a few commands. The first one we'll send is AT plus CFG. That'll request the complete configuration menu. And right up the top, you should see the DEUI or the device EUI that we needed here, and also the app key or the application key that we can directly paste into this field here. Now, while you're connected to the device, there's a couple of other things we can do. The first would be to turn on message confirmations. This will make sure that the server sends a message back to the device after every uplink to confirm that it's been received okay. And one last important thing to mention is if you are using the frequency plans AU915 or US915, you must use subband 2 in your device in order to work with T2U. Failure to do so will definitely result in intermittent communications. To do this, type the command AT plus CHE equals 2. Once you've done that, you will need to reset the device, which you can do with the reset button or by sending the ATZ command. The device will quickly reboot and you should see it join the network within a few seconds. After that, it will send one record in and then go back into sleep mode because it's a Class A device. That's when you'll know everything's working perfectly. That concludes this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us and we'll see you next time.